go. So this is an idea I've been having for about like 2 weeks, and I thought, why not just do it? But just know, don't expect more podcast-like episodes, because I'm not gonna do them. I'm just doing it if I'm in the mood to, which I'm in the mood to. So let's talk, let's chat, let's have some chaotic nonsense. I'm thinking about naming the podcast that. Chaotic nonsense. I also want these to be small talks. I don't want it to be an hour or anything, because I doubt anyone's gonna listen to an hour. And not only that, YouTube takes forever to upload a 10-minute video to the internet, so I'm not gonna leave that tab open for long. So I really hope this isn't long. If it's long, I'm fighting myself. But I put this over speed paint so it can be my Subway Surfers to the "Am I the asshole?" kind of TikTok. It's like back then when I'd watch speed paints and like a person was talking about some story time thing, and I'd be like, oh, interesting, you know. But besides that, if you really just want to watch the speed paint, you can mute me and just blast your music and watch me draw. If you just want to listen to me talk, you can minimize the tab and just listen to me. If you're watching the speed paint and listening to me talk, that's pretty cool too. I really appreciate it. I appreciate all, either or, whatever, you know. But I would say this podcast is gonna be like my deep takes on things, like some of my opinions, personal opinions, my feelings, my mindset, my, you know, feelings, which I already said. So if it doesn't really cater to you, you can just swipe away and not listen, you know. Or if you really want to hear my opinions on stuff, you can continue to say, but you can have your own. Just respect mine and I'll respect yours. Not that hard, you know. I say this because what I'm going to be talking about, I feel like this is going to be like a very spicy, like first episode type of podcast, because I'm going to be talking about the community I'm in, Vtubers. I am a Vtuber. Believe it or not. I'm a Vtuber, and this community is great. It's wonderful. It's supportive, but there's also like it's a fucking minefield in this community. You never know when you're gonna explode and blow up, you know, or see something that's gonna make you explode and blow up. Not explode like subscriber-wise, literally make you explode. You know? I don't know if that makes sense. It probably makes sense. This community also feels like a high school. Like every time I open up Twitter, it's like I'm walking the hallways of high school again, and I'm listening to every drama a new person has and seeing that one couple, you know? That's how I feel like when I see VTubers on my timeline on Twitter. I'm gonna call it Twitter. I know it's X, but that's not gonna stop me from calling it Twitter, because it is still Twitter. You can change it, but I'm still gonna call it Twitter. I'm still gonna call it tweets, and I'm still gonna call it retweets. Fuck off. But yeah, I feel like if you stay in the VTuber community for too long, it will change you. It will change you as a person, mentally, because I used to think in a more wholesome way, and I used to want to be friends with everyone, and I used to be like, oh, fucking glitter and sparkles, let's be besties and friends forever. This community changes you. It morphs you if you don't find the right people. I started off way back, and I never necessarily said I was a VTuber. Like, when I first started out, I had an old friend who was a VTuber that I began to go, oh, VTubers seem cool, but I don't want to associate myself with the community. I still did, eventually. It's a really stupid reasoning. I look back on myself and I kind of just laugh, because I'm like, you're fucking stupid. But but I used to talk to other VTubers who are also like small VTubers, because back then it used to be like a small group of people, and it was rare to find that group of people and connect with them. And like, if you were to go into school and feel weird that you're the only one drawing My Little Pony, you realize there's another, like, a person comes up to you and is like, oh my god, this is your pony Sona? I have a pony Sona. And the next thing you know, you kind of branch out with the other, like, pony lover, My Little Pony lovers, and you guys are all there. People may look at you weirdly, but the best thing is that you have an interest with someone and you guys connect that way. That's how I feel like it was back then. Now it's kind of branched out. It's like the anime community. Back then everyone thought it was like if you said you watched anime like I did when you were a kid, the other people look at you and be like, that's fucking weird. Like, what do you, like, anime is just hentai, you know? But it's not just hentai. Unless you're watching that weird ecchi shit, then yes it is, but it's the borderline hentai. But I watched like Sailor Moon and stuff. And so I think I showed someone like Sailor Moon transformation, and they were like, what the fuck, you watch this naked girl transform? And I'm like, it doesn't even show her, like, yeah, she's naked, but she's glittery and sparkly and shiny. Like, there's nothing wrong with it, it's just a transformation. And I'm like, you're fucking weird, you know? But, and nowadays, everyone's watching anime. At least, like, I don't mean this in, like, a derogatory way. Even normies watch anime now. They watch the mainstream animes, you know? And it's not as weird. And I feel like that's how it's feeling with the VTuber community now, which I feel like it's pretty fucking cool, because then now people are just accepting VTubers and not finding it as weird. Of course, there's that handful group of people who are like, that's fucking weird, why would you watch an anime girl on your screen when, like, you don't know how they look like or anything. But it's like, it doesn't even matter if you know what they look like. What matters is the personality, you know, and the content they're making. If it intrigues you and it makes you laugh, then don't be embarrassed that a VTuber made you laugh, because that VTuber is equivalent to that like the regular streamer that you watch who made you laugh. It's just, you know, I feel like VTubers get put into the like a different category as content creators, and I feel like VTubers also put themselves in a different category for content, which is why I feel like it's really hard to make content. It makes you feel overwhelmed, because you see a bunch of other VTubers doing this certain thing for live streams and videos. So you think you have to stick in that area. Like, even I think like this. You think that you have to stick in this area that other VTubers are doing. But because you're sticking to the area that other VTubers are doing, you're kind of just, you know, your content kind of goes bland. Because you're doing the same thing other people are doing. And yeah, it's funny and interesting, but it makes you feel like your content isn't what you really wanted to aim for. So this is like a little thing or quote, whatever, or saying from me to myself and to you. Branch out from the VTuber stuff. Trust me, you don't always have to watch VTubers only and think that content is what you should be making. Branch out. Watch other content creators to help you come up with ideas and, you know, stream ideas and video ideas that will genuinely make you stand out a bit more than usual. Because I began to do that. I think a couple months ago I only watched VTubers for a bit. I stopped watching like content creators that I used to watch because I was like, if I can take notes on how this VTuber makes content, then it will benefit me. And I think in that mindset I kind of felt burnt out, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. I can't. So I took a break, distanced myself from it, and then watched people I used to watch and took notes in a way, mental notes, without even knowing about how to make content differently in a way that matches me and what I wanted to create. So I just know that you can branch out. You don't have to stick within the VTuber community for it, which I know most people really don't do that, but it's also like most people do that. They just stick around with whatever VTuber is making and what gets big in that area. That's just how I see it. If it's, you know, like if you're going, what? No, that's not true at all, then that's fine, you know. But this is how I was seeing it in a way. Chances are I'm gonna think about this differently in a month or so, maybe. I don't know. Because I've been thinking about this for a while, so. Also, it's very scary to be talking about VTubers because it could always backfire. Because the thing is, as nice as this community is, I'm very scared to say anything about this community because of how weird this community. It's like we're all nice and supportive, but once something is said that kind of attacks VTubers in a way that isn't that chaotic, like the way I'm saying how we kind of stick in that VTuber community, other VTubers are going to come in and probably say, no, we don't do that. Why would you say that? You're a VTuber yourself. We disown you as a VTuber. Get the fuck out of here. We disown you. You know, type of deal. I feel like that's what's going to happen. And that's what's scary. Because I'm like, I'm just saying, you know, and you kind of just proving my point. But to spit on me more, you know, sorry. Yeah. And I feel like since we're VTubers, I feel like we have more parasocial fans. Is that weird of me to say? I feel like we have more parasocial fans in this community versus like a non-VTuber streamer. Because people forget to break the immersion that we're real life people living in a city outside of being a VTuber. You know? Like, yes, we play a character, or if you're like me and you don't play a character, you just stream with the model, then yeah, you know? Like, yeah, I play into my character of being a cat girl, but I'm also a human. You know, I'm gonna break the immersion a bit. I'm a human behind that. Like, I may say I'm a cat girl, but please don't take it literally, because I'm not a real cat girl. If I was, that'd be pretty cool, because then I have 9 fucking lives and I can go skydiving without the fear of dying. But, you know? What was I getting with this? I forgot. The train of thought is out the window on what I was going off of. This stuff is not really good for me because I don't really have anyone to bring me back to track. I kind of have to put myself back in track of things. Oh, the immersion! Yes, Parasocial fans. Yeah, I feel like that's all I have to say about it. Just don't look up to your fan, like, don't look up to the VTuber you watch and expect them to, like, go daisuki da yo, because you think it's like a visual novel type of appeal. We're not visual novel type of appeals, if anything, you know? So don't get too close into that mindset that because we're an anime character, therefore we're a character in your eyes. We're not a character. Like, yes, we play a character sometimes, but we're real people. Unless you're an AI VTuber, which is like, I forgot her name. She's an AI VTuber. So I don't really know how that would work for Parasocial fans. I can't really give advice on that. But for, like, the people who aren't AI, just know that there's a boundary, and don't think that just because there's a chance that someone does, like, a boyfriend or girlfriend ASMR or a dating ASMR, relationship ASMR, don't think of it as like a, oh my god, they're talking to me. You can imaginate it and fantasize about it, but don't make it seem like it's a reality, you know? Like, that's where the line is crossed. You can fantasize about it, but it's not something you should bring it into reality and be like, yes, we are dating in real life, because that's really fucking parasocial. It's parasocial as fuck. But yeah, you know, because I know some VTubers play a character. I don't really play a character, like I said before. I'm more of the honest type of person. Like, I say my name is Mel, I'm 20, like, that's me. Those are my personal information that I give out, that I feel comfortable giving out. Because I used to be a storytime animator, and, you know, I already gave out my age and stuff. I didn't change, like, my content and who I was after a while, because I just stuck with it. I liked Probably Melody. And please, for the love of God, if I see any comments saying, you took your name off Project Melody, I didn't, okay? I got my name idea from Not Ryan Higa, and I thought that's funny. I want to do that too, so I want to be similar to that. So I said, I went with Probably Melody. It rhymes with the E at the end, so I thought of that, okay? So don't compare me and go, what the hell what are you doing? A copycat of Project Melody? Like, no, I'm Probably Melody. I'm different. And there's, but I'll take that as a big compliment because Project Melody seems like a cool fucking VTuber. But overall, please don't attack me for it. I think way back then, I used to have people, like, I used to collab with, like, a VTuber, like, multiple VTubers back then. And I didn't collab with them. I just kind of went on VC with them, and they would introduce me, and I'd introduce myself. You know, I wasn't really doing well as a streamer because I didn't have the right stuff for it. But, you know, I'd get on call and use my phone to talk to them on Discord because, you know, Discord is an app on my phone. But people would hear Probably Melody and go, is that Project Melody? Or did you take your name off Project Melody? Oh, is this Project Melody's alt account? And I'd be like, no. I think I had an old VTuber friend like DM me and be like, be careful because these people think that you're her alt account or something. I'm like, that's weird. Like, why would they think that? I don't even sound like Project Melody at all. Like, I don't sound like her at all. Not only that, I don't think, you know, I don't have any connections with the content she makes and how, like, cool she is, you know. Like, I'm completely far from that. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'll be careful. And that stopped for a while. And then recently I got a comment, like, telling me in my shorts saying, you got your name off Probably Melody. Fucking change it, you know? And I was like, I thought I was over this, man. I thought I was over this. You know, it's kind of a man. Getting back into my whole stuff, I generally don't know where I was on about this. Also, I do have a question, like a real question for people. When I usually see a post with VTubers saying, let's be friends, you know, do you genuinely want to make friends, or are you doing it for your Twitter, like, analytics and traction? Because do you actually make friends with the people who comment and, like, show their PNGs and everything? Or do you just do it because it's help boosting your channel or your account out onto the Twitter timeline? Like, I'm genuinely curious about this because I see about it. I see posts like that quite often whenever I open up my Twitter. It's like every 2 days or so that I see that type of post, and I see like a bunch of likes and stuff. But I'm like, do you guys actually make friends in there, or do you guys just use it to help boost your Twitter out? Like, I'm asking like a real question here, you know. And you can use an alt account to reply to me. You know, you don't have to use your real account. You know, you can reply in the comments below using, like, I don't know, what's an alt username? I don't know, an alt username that people won't know it's you. You can just go, yeah, I genuinely made friends with it, or yeah, I just needed it to boost my traction on Twitter, you know? Just so I could see, you know, just so I could see if it's, like, true or not with how I'm seeing it and perceiving it. Because honestly, if I were to make a post like that, I don't think I'd actually hit up anyone to be friends. Mainly because making friends in this community is fucking terrifying. But I feel like that's everything, that's like for like every community for streamers, you know, you have like IRL streamers or like non-VTuber streamers who are also having that same mindset. Like, it's scary to make friends because you either get the friend who just wants to be friends with you for collabs and like all that, or you get the friend who seems like they're a genuine friend but then end up talking shit about you to another VTuber because you're getting more traction than they are, you know? Because there's a lot of backstabbing that I see happening in like the friend group of things. And I say this because way back then I saw it happening with you know, VTubers that I used to know. And, you know, they would tell me some of the tea, and I'd sip that tea and be like, oh, that's interesting, you know? And obviously, I was a teenager at the time, so I'm just kind of like, I don't really know what to do here, but that's interesting, I guess. I don't really know. But I saw so much backstabbing happening, and I was like, that's kind of scary. But yet, they were so close whenever they were on the internet and, like, posting about it. And that's why I am scared to make other VTuber friends. And that's why I'm kind of scared to talk to any other VTubers, because am I gonna come off as a way that I just wanted to be friends with them to make content? You know, and I don't think, I generally don't think, like, I just don't have the energy to make new friends anymore. I don't have the energy to do that. I used it all up. So now I initially have only 2 real friends who I, like, genuinely talk to and chat with and can, like, vent to personally without feeling like I'm gonna get backstabbed, you know, or knowing that I'm gonna get backstabbed type of deal. But I feel like it's not good for me either that I think about making friends that way, that I think I'm just gonna get used or, like, you know, backstabbed in this community, because it's still nice to think about having a VTuber friend because we can have that same interest. But, you know, I used to have a VTuber friend, you know, and it didn't go well. It didn't go well. But yeah, that's just how I feel like with making VTuber friends, because I'm just scared of being backstabbed. It's one of the things I, you know, never thought would happen, but, you know, feeling it for the first time and, you know, experiencing it kind of changes the way you perceive things, and it's not fun. It's not healthy mentally, you know, and it's a shitty fucking feeling. But yeah. Also, talking about, like, backstabbing and everything, I feel like VTubers kind of just dox each other for no reason, like, just to gain traction because it's seen as a quote-unquote trend. Because sometimes they're just drama that could have been handled privately and, you know, did not need to come out to the public about the way you felt. Like, say VTuber 1 got butthurt because VTuber 2 said something that hurt them. VTuber 1 decides to then post about it and like shit talk VTuber 2 and say how they were feeling, but didn't tell VTuber 2 how they were feeling. So VTuber 2 finds out that VTuber 1 has talked shit about them online and brought something that should have been said personally out to the internet. VTuber 2 then goes to like explain their reasoning and how they felt, and then explain that VTuber 1 chose not to tell them anything and kept a secret, you know, like VTuber 2 had no idea VTuber 1 was feeling this way. And so you have like the backlash of everything happening, and all of a sudden after all that backlash, VTuber 1 and 2 decide to make up eventually. Maybe not, or they block each other. Either path. You know, and it's a constant thing. You're basically digging your own grave just to gain traction on your account. And I feel like it's kind of lame. Why couldn't you just handle it in a more responsible way instead of bringing in people on the internet? It's like if you wrote something in your diary and then went up to a stranger, like if you wrote something in your diary about someone who pissed you off that day and you went up to a stranger and asked them like how they felt about it, and the stranger's just kind of like, I don't know, man. But since they only see your point of view, the stranger's gonna agree with you, be like, yeah, it's kind of a dick move, yeah, you know, that's like how it feels. But I'm not bringing in like the drama that genuinely needs to be like doxed out, like the people who are actual assholes. You know, that's fine. But if it's just for like personal things that could have been solved personally, which I see a lot of being posted, please keep it privately. And if it doesn't get resolved in a private estate, but it's not something that should be initially brought up for other people to hate on that person, then you should just, you know, go out and think about yourself and like not worry about that person anymore. Like, just give up on being friends with them. Take yourself away from them. Delete yourself from that group if you have to. And yeah, it feels lonely, but it feels better knowing that you're not like dealing with that pain anymore, you know? Like, this doesn't even apply to like VTuber stuff. I feel like this just applies for every content creation thing. But since I'm part of the VTuber community, I kind of see that in the VTuber stuff. So, yeah. Also, like, VTuber standards nowadays have gotten so, like, high. What I mean by that is, I feel like people focus too much on, like, how nice the model looks, how nice the rigging is, and how good the debut is, and how good your lore is. But you don't have to do that. I want to tell you now, you don't have to do that, okay? Like, yeah, people have the money to save up for it and get the money for something nice or fancy like that. And that's on them. It's like if someone were to buy fancy makeup to make themselves look good, and they know like it makes them look good, let them feel good, you know. But if you don't have the money for something fancy like that, it's okay. You don't have to, because I'm telling you now, I started on a shitty laptop that my phone used to screen show and project it onto Twitch. That is how I started. Every now and then, sometimes my model would work if I was lucky enough for my shitty laptop to open up my model. I saved enough money commission-wise to upgrade to a gaming laptop. You know, it wasn't the best, but it worked to actually stream some type of game, you know. And if I was lucky, it would show my 3D model. If I was really lucky, it'd show my 3D model. But I only got to being able to get money for my PC thanks to my amazing like community, my beautiful blossoms, because I didn't really focus on having the high quality end type of stream, you know. Like, I just wanted to make content that was able to be watched and to be seen. Whether it was fancy looking or not, it still gave content, and I still showed my personality through that content. So if you want to be a VTuber, please don't worry about, you know, having the time to save up for it. Because I feel like if you like don't stream or anything, but you're saving up the money to stream so you can have everything prepared, I feel like you're gonna be burnt out faster that way, you know? Like, yeah, you're gonna have the hype of having that model and stuff, But then you have that small little burnout on feeling like although you're giving out high quality content with like all these fancy stuff, you might not get the views that you were expecting for having such high quality stuff, because you see all these like big VTubers who, you know, started off way back then, but they didn't start off with a high-end fancy model. They started off with either a PNG, you know, a not highly advanced model rig, you know, nothing too fancy, and they started off with small stuff like that. But since it's kind of gotten to the point where newer VTubers are showing that it has to be high quality. Not it has to, but it shows like they spent enough money to make it look high quality and make it look nice and pretty. I feel like it kind of corrupts the mindset of new VTubers who want to try and become a VTuber, which is why I feel like you burn out faster when you feel that way, because you see all these fancy people getting recognition, like the fancy models, the fancy designs, the amazing debuts, the amazing lore videos that everyone works so hard to create. But you start to go, why am I not getting the views that I was hoping for? And I feel like it kind of makes you feel burnt out, you know? Because in a way, you worked hard to make sure everything was right for both you and the viewers. And sometimes it just never goes to plan. Because for me, this is just from my point of view, for me, whenever I work really hard on something, I don't get the recognition that I feel like I should get. So if I worked really, like, I would say my VTuber art for my recent model, my 2.0 design, as well as the rigging for it, I was expecting to get lots of views and lots of follows because I uploaded it and teased it on Twitter and YouTube, that's what, you know, people would want, because, you know, debuts and stuff are one of the things that blow up a VTuber. But the thing is, it's only for the debut and stuff. Soon after, you kind of have to shift away from that mindset and go into content. But back to what I was saying. I spent hard making my starting soon, my BRB, and my ending screen. By myself, I made the art, and I also had to work on the art for my model, as well as learning how to rig for this model. And since I didn't get a lot of viewers that I was intending I was gonna get, or lots of traction, I felt like my work was fucking useless, and I felt like it was literally no point, and I began to feel disappointed in myself. I began to go, why isn't this working? Why am I not getting what I thought I was gonna get? You know? It's a whole gotcha game. It's like when you try to pull for a 5-star on fucking Genshin and only get 4 stars every goddamn time, or you do single pulls and either way you still get 4-star, and you really hope that maybe that one single wish will give you that fucking gold, but no, it's another fucking 4-star and you have ka-ching in your fucking thing again. I'm just coping. I'm sorry. Listen, I'm coping because I was wishing for Hu Tao, and, you know, I had like 20 wishes and I still didn't get her, but instead I got almost all the 4 stars that were in her banner. It wasn't fun. But yeah, it's like a whole gambling situation whenever you upload it. But after I started, like, I tend to overthink a lot, and I tend to hate my shit really fast, and I wish I did better on some things. I tend to get in the mindset pretty often, but I tend to also snap out of that pretty fast, because I think, whenever I'm trying to do what other people are doing, it's just not working for me, and I really gotta just do what I feel is best, but with a little bit of boost. Obviously, I'm not gonna do something that's too comfortable and like make me sit there. Obviously, I do have to push myself to that limit. But if I continue to follow after what other VTubers are doing, then I don't feel right. And I feel like it's because my content does not match the whole VTuber group content, you know? Did I already say, like, I feel like VTubers just stick within that VTuber area instead of branching out to, like, other streamers? I don't know if I said that. If I did, I did. But if I didn't, I can cut this part out. But what I mean by that is most VTubers tend to just think within the VTuber box and, you know, only go based off whatever the biggest VTuber is doing, instead of thinking, what other content will bring in other viewers who don't watch VTubers into my streams? Because that's how I think. Like, as much as I love the VTuber community, I don't just want VTuber watchers. I want people who, like, watch videos and live streams because of content things and the way I, like, basically my personality, you know? I don't just want to bring in VTuber watchers. I want to bring in people who don't even watch VTubers and end up watching a VTuber because they're like, this is pretty fucking funny, you know? And not feeling cringe about it and just feeling like it's a regular content creator that they're watching. And we are just regular content creators, and I feel like we forget that because we have so many other things on the side as a VTuber that we forget that we're also other content creators as well. We're all one big gigantic content creator circle. You know, I don't know if that makes sense. Probably just makes sense to me. I just can't explain it in words and such. Also, why are VTubers so fucking talented? Like, I see so many VTubers who are so talented. They have creative ideas, they have amazing art skills, they have amazing singing skills. Like, it's fucking insane. Like, you guys are crazy. You guys are fucking amazing. And if you're a VTuber who's going, I'm not like that, I'm not special at all, I will fight you because you are special and you shouldn't be putting yourself down like that. I'm not saying this just myself because I put myself down easily, but I guess just for this podcast, I'll say, yes, I'm doing my best. I love being a VTuber because I can be as secret as I want to be. But, you know, like I said before, I'm not really as secretive. Like, I say my name and I say my age, you know. Because I also see myself as a regular content creator. So, I just use the VTuber because I feel like it's fun to be a cute anime cat girl. So, you know, I feel pretty with it. I feel cute with it. And I don't have to fucking put on makeup because I hate putting on makeup. It's such a pain in the ass. But, yeah, you know. But please know that you can be as secretive as you want or as open as you want as a VTuber, you know. You can go and be a totally different person. And that's fine. That's okay. You can go ahead and do that. That's what I love about being a VTuber. But I feel like people take the secrecy to the next level where they think it's okay to be a fucking asshole to any other person and go, well, I'm a VTuber, so you can't say shit like that. Like, what you're saying to me is basically you hating on VTubers, so fuck you. You know, that type of secrecy, you know. Because I think there's like an account on Twitter that calls out actual people who should be, like, you should be aware of for your safety and your well-being, because these VTubers are kind of cross that line, and it's insane to see that there's even an account made for that. And I feel like there's so much because you're hidden behind not only a screen but also a character, so it's like double the fucking protection on people being able to know them as a person and know who they are. VTubers are getting more and more common nowadays, and it's great to see. I feel like it's just gonna be a bit harder though as a content creator, like for me, because I'm basically gonna be hidden underneath all the new debuts and fancy new models, you know, and all that. At least that's from my point of view. But yeah, seeing all this stuff happen and how much hidden I can be now because of all these new debuts and fancy models that get recognized really fucking fast, it kind of makes me sad, and it kind of makes me burnt out that I can't do anything, because I feel like whatever I do, I'm just not gonna be able to get up there and crawl out of this shithole that I'm stuck in. And obviously I come along with lots of regrets, and those regrets are, I wish I streamed during quarantine and where the big C happened, because lots of people were hoping to find someone to watch, and I didn't do any of that because I was like, that's fucking lame. I can stream whenever the hell I want, you know. But since I really like doing this and I actually want to take it seriously, I regret it so much that I didn't push myself during that time, because I feel like I would have gotten somewhere higher. I'm not saying like I hate where I am right now. I'm actually kind of glad where I am, because I can mentally grow from this content stuff, and be prepared for when things happen. Because if I massively blew up one day and I still had the mindset as I did like 2 years ago, I feel like I wouldn't have been wise about anything. That's where I stand with all this stuff. As much as I like talk about the things that I'm scared of, sorry, I'm scratching my nose. Please know that this community is pretty good. It's just a lot scarier nowadays than it was back then. And you know, you could come at me and be like, you weren't even accepting that you were a VTuber back then, so you have no room to talk as if you're part of this community. Like, I know there's gonna be some person like that. It's kind of like, yeah, you know, I didn't accept being in this community, but I did see this community. I may not have accepted being in the community way back then, like I do now, but you know, I did see and hear things from this community. It's kind of crazy, you know. But overall, this community is lovely. I love seeing new VTubers and, you know, trying to be more open to like watching other VTubers that aren't just part of a company, like watching more indie VTubers. I recently discovered 2 of them, and you know, one of them is Comfy and one of them is a great fucking singer. So I kind of started following them because I was like, damn, you sing really nicely and you make I was just like, wow. So yeah, I'm trying to branch out that way in some sort of way. Again, another warning, these are my point of views and my feelings, my thoughts, opinions. Like I said, there's a chance I'm gonna feel differently about this a month later or something, and if I do, I can come back and talk about it. You know, you can educate me on anything, I will read it, and if I feel like it's a bit still wrong, then I'm gonna continue feeling like it's a bit wrong, you know. But yeah. I really don't know how to end this. I really don't know if I should call this chaotic nonsense, but I thought of this idea because I saw a tweet. I don't know who tweeted it, but it was another VTuber saying, what VTuber, like, hot take, will get you in this position? It's a video about a girl, like, trying on her makeup product and having eggs and water thrown on her. And I was like, huh, I kind of have a few, but it's kind of like the usual stuff that most VTubers say. You know, it's kind of like the usual stuff. But I decided to make it like this long podcasty type of video, you know. I do have an idea for the next episode of a podcast. But I'll see how well this one does first. And, you know, if more people like to listen to me talk, like a regular just chatting, just without you having to interact in any type of way, please do let me know. Also, please let me know if the title Chaotic Nonsense is pretty cool or not. And if you have a better idea for what this podcast should be called, please let me know in the comments below too. But I am really scared of uploading this. I really am. But I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take that poll, upload it, you know, and see where it leads me. Just know I don't hate VTubers. I am a VTuber. I think you guys are fucking amazing and very talented. It's just the toxicity within the community. And there's always toxicity within a community. I just thought it'd be nice to talk about it and the way I feel about it, you know? And ask questions about some stuff. But yeah. I'm gonna end it here. I hope you enjoyed me drawing. I forgot to say that if the video is too long and the speed paint is too long, please put this video on like 2 times speed or something. Just so that it's a faster speed paint or some shit. I don't really know. Yeah. And if you stayed this long, send in a watermelon emoji. Is that how YouTubers work? I think that's how YouTubers work. But I hope you guys have a wonderful day, night, afternoon. And remember, you're beautiful. I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Did I really just say peace out? What the fuck?